Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, April 21st, 2022. My name is Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. That means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So, welcome and thank you for being here. Susan was the first comment I saw on YouTube. Good morning, Susan from sunny Green Bay, Wisconsin. Good to see you, Susan. Jean in North Dakota was the second comment I saw. Hello to Jean, as well as, and thanks for sharing, Jean. Jackie, Terry, good morning in Heartland, Colorado. Robin, good morning, sunshine to you. Hey, Stella, good morning. Ooh, everybody's saying good morning, sunshine. I love it. Let's see who else is here. Susan in sunny Florida. Everybody's sunny where they're coming from. That's awesome. Martha and Susan shared. Thank you, Susan. Hey, Martha. Janet in North Carolina. Amy, good morning. Good to see you. Dana, good morning. Becky and Mary Ann, hello, hello. Facebook user in Mansfield. I'm thinking you're watching on my group, which is totally fine. Good morning, Karen and Janet on TV. I'm on her TV on YouTube and commenting on Facebook. Perfect. Cindy, good morning. Hey, Seal in Pennsylvania, good morning. Facebook user in sunny Illinois, good morning. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. My name's Jennifer Cotton. Like I said, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator 20 years now. This is my full-time job. So as you come on to the video today, when you say hi, even on replay, by the way, on YouTube and Facebook, that helps my business. So thank you very much for even just making a comment on the video or clicking a like or giving a thumbs up. Or subscribing and following and all that stuff. So today I'm going to be making 3 cards with the Beauty of Friendship bundle. And so I'll talk more about that bundle when I start stamping. And you can have a chance to win those 3 cards if you comment on the video. So just by commenting on both platforms, you're entered to win. If you share the video, make sure you comment that you shared, just like Linda did on both platforms. That gets you another entry. Of course, sharing and commenting, like I said already, but those both help me because this is my full-time job. So thank you, thank you. And then, like I said, you can also give a thumbs up, give a like. What is the other thing? Subscribe. Okay, I was distracted by Terry's cute little tree emojis in her comment there. And thank you for sharing, Terry, by the way. Let's see. Also, I'm trying to see where I left off. Sarah, good morning. Hey, Wendy, good to see you. Linda, and thank you for sharing. Cindy, good morning. Susan, oh, she says, love this bundle on DSP. I hope you like what I do with it today. Terry shared, I said that. Cindy shared, and Janet shared. Thank you. Okay, so because this is my full-time job, I offer lots of events that anyone can take all over the United States. They're all offered to go, and some are offered in person. All offered to go. So all of my events include a PDF tutorial. Everything's going to be cut, die cut, punched, and embossed that we possibly can. You will cut your own designer paper and kit components if those are included with the fee. The monthly classes, there's 4 to choose from every month. Those are the ones always offered in person to go, and you can check out the supplies from me to stamp at home. For any of my events, the best thing to do is join my email list so you can get the links, the full pricing, all the details, etc. And there is a link already in this video on Facebook and on YouTube to join my email list. You can also always go to my blog, which I'll have on the screen later, but it's stamптherapist.com. And you can join my email list there as well. So those monthly classes are this weekend. Saturday, we're doing in person. Monday, we're mailing. Landa and Karen are busy cutting away right now. I did see Karen on the video. I haven't seen Landa yet. She is probably very busy cutting right now. But let me see here. Dixie in Cloudy, Tennessee. Actually, it's cloudy here this morning, but it's supposed to clear out and get sunny later and like 80 something degrees here in Texas. And Mary Ellen in Montana shared, thank you. Martha shared, thank you. Terry says we had a windstorm that took out our, I'm assuming that says power. Oh, that's crazy. You just got that bingo gift, Terry. That is crazy. I sent that a long time ago, but I'm glad you got it. Yay. I sent that right after bingo, which was when? In February or March? Anyway, crazy. Okay. Anyway, there's 4 classes: card class, Stamp-A-Stack, sampler, and scrapbook class. Everything is sold out except for 1 Stamp-A-Stack and 1 card class for this month. So I do have my card class samples here that you'll be making. Actually, I have both of them that you'll be making. If you take these classes. So I made these card class cards on a video recently, so you can see that. I think it was last week. I have, I think, 4 spots left for that. If you'd like to take that class, it's free with a $20 order. Then this kit will be mailed to you. So just contact me for details or go over to my blog and click events at the top and check out all the details. Sign up for the email so you can get the notifications, or the links, I should say. And if you need a link specifically, contact me. So that's card class, that there's 4 spots left. Like I said, scrapbook sold out. I think the scrapbook pages turned out so cute, but I don't have them here. They're with Karen. She's cutting that. Here it is. Sampler, I think, also turned out awesome, but it's with Karen. I have duplicates of these. That's why I can show these. But it's full as well. We sold out on that one. And then last but not least is Stamp-A-Stack. You're going to make 12 cards. So I have 1 packet left. 12 cards for $30, including over $20 in merchandise. So you make 3 of each of these designs with the Crane of Fortune bundle. And I showed these on a video as well, I think a couple of weeks ago. So if you're interested in those, of course, every month you want to sign up before the deadline so that we won't run out of kits. And you want to probably join Stamp-A-Stack or Sampler Club so that you can pay the exact same price, but get $25 in free merchandise from me after 6 consecutive months. So you can cancel the clubs at any time, literally same price. There's links to join the club in this video, Facebook, YouTube. And yeah, I would recommend joining the club because you can cancel at any time. But if you stay 6 months, you pay the exact same price as the a la carte people do. But you will get that. Sorry, I lost a paper. I found it. You will get those benefits of the free merchandise. And it's of your choice. So like this month, I had someone choose a bundle that was $50. So she just paid the difference. And then I had 2 people got the paper trimmer for their free gift. That's exactly $25. And then some people just got adhesive. Like this was a big month. I guess this was right. I don't remember when I started these clubs, but in April, a bunch of people earned their free $25. And so it was an array of what they chose for free. And if you don't choose your free items with the link I send out, I will send you my choice of your free $25. Landa's here. Good morning, Landa. Hope you're not too crazy. Our mailbox was found about a mile away and they brought it to us with our missing mail. Oh, Terry, no wonder. Sheesh. At least they found it. Thank goodness. Good morning, Candy. Good to see you. Pat, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Other Pat, good morning. 2 Pats in a row there. I couldn't see that emoji. Windstorm took your mailbox. That's what you said, Terry. That makes, now I understand what you were saying. Cindy says, good morning, Landa, in case you didn't see that. Lori in Minnesota, thank you for sharing. Go back over here. Okay, I have 2 devices and I really need 3 because there's a third location to look at as well, but we're not going to go there. Okay, retreat in a box. Guess what? The samples are made. I have sneak peeks for you. The retreat in a box is basically literally a box gets mailed to you with $50 in merchandise, 10 or more. I believe we have 12 this time. Make and takes. Pillow gifts. I believe we're doing 6 this time. A bag that's exclusive to the retreat, like a cloth bag. And a lot of fun, PDF tutorial, all that stuff. And we are using the Hues of Happiness suite for that retreat, which includes this stamp set. Not with your fee. You will purchase your own set through me or yourself if you're a demonstrator. And this is a bundle. You can add this on when you register. But anyway, these are the stamps we're using, plus this gorgeous designer paper to, again, make 12 make and takes. One of my make and takes is not really fully put together because I'm waiting until I can order these bags from Stampin' Up. So I made a fake bag with some cardstock. But anyway, you're going to make a ton of cards using this gorgeous paper, again, from the Hues of Happiness suite. Let's see, let's get a look at that front card there. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards. You're going to make a sampler, which in my opinion is really gorgeous. Full 12 by 12 sampler, 2 12 by 12 pages. And then again, one of those make and takes was a bag. So all that is in the retreat in a box. You want to sign up for that. Let me see if my deadline is on the screen. I don't know if it is. No, this is just like the basic information. But I have a flyer over here, hopefully, telling me. I believe it's May 1st. I feel like it's May 1st. Yes, sign up by May 1st. Your kit will be mailed or ready for pickup by May 20th at the latest. Then within that retreat, you can also take these 2 additional classes, one or the other or both, or you might only want one class or only the 2 classes and not the retreat in a box. You have all those options when you register. Each class includes $35 in merchandise, plus the projects, again, cut, die cut, punch, etc. You stamp and assemble with the PDF tutorial. So the Sun Prints class is 12 cards, 3 designs, 4 of each, includes over 35 in merchandise, including the Sun Prints designer paper and more. And I have a sneak peek of that one. I think this is a gorgeous suite, and I think you're really going to like these cards that you're going to make. Remember, you're making 12. I have like 8 of them here, but you're making 12, 4 of each. So they're gorgeous with these blues. We're using one of the new, I believe just one of the new in colors. I think it's the Starry Sky. You're getting some Starry Sky ribbon and other things. Again, 35 in merchandise. Here's the Nature's Print stamp set you will use. It's a bundle. And that gorgeous paper, Sun Prints. Oh, so gorgeous. I showed it like I went page by page on my haul video, which you can still access as well. So that, oh, and then April's class. Sorry, I don't have a sneak peek of her class yet, but it's the He's the Man class. You're going to make 4 cards, a treat bag, a treat box. This He's the Man stuff is awesome. It's going to include 35 in merchandise, etc. April McCright is a team member who will be, or who I partner with, I'm sorry, for my retreats. And so she is designing that class. But if you're my customer, you sign up through me. And if you're hers, you sign up through her for either of our classes. And we notify each other and take care of it. And we got it down. We've been doing this for years and years. So that's the retreat in a box. Sign up by May 1st. Again, 1 class, 2 classes, retreat, or any mix of those that you like. I'm going to move this stuff out of my way. And then, and I dropped my pen, so now I'm going to pick up my pen. I may need to write a note. Okay, let me get back to my outline or I'm lost without it. That retreat, by the way, for May in a box is also offered in person. So you can come hang out with us in person for Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday and get to make all those same projects, get to stamp with our supplies in person, and have the whole weekend to craft on your own. It's awesome. So that's in Temple, Texas. If you have any questions on that, let me know. Again, sign up for that email to get all those links. I send out an email at 1 p.m. on the day of this video with all the links, you know, a little video recap, etc. Okay, so there's that. Also, the Jen and Jen Stamp Camp is coming. My name is Jennifer. Her name is Genevieve. We are Jen and Jen. She's from Canada. I'm from the U.S. So you can take this class in the U.S. and Canada. And it is a camp using the Cup of Tea bundle. I'm going to show you all a sneak peek. I think I don't have my Cup of Tea stamps over here, but I've shown them a couple of times on the videos. So super cute new suite that uses all of the new in colors. This whole suite does. And you're going to get with this one $40 in merchandise, 10 pre-cut projects, a fun gift, access to an exclusive Facebook group, and a bonus gift if you register for all three. This is an online event that we will be doing on Facebook, and we're calling this one a Girls Getaway Stamp Camp because she and I are going on a girls getaway the weekend of the event. So we will be coming to you. We'll do some pre-recorded things, and we'll be coming to you live from St. George, Utah. So you're going to make 10 projects with the camp. Here are only 5 of them, 5 out of 10. I put this one in the front because it's my favorite. I think it's so cute. I love these new in colors with the orchid oasis and starry sky. They're so pretty and fun to work with. They definitely look more purple than blue to me, but it depends on how you're using them. But they look purple or blue. But anyway, there you go. So that's 5 of the 10 cards you'll make. You'll get the $40 goodie bag and then the party. Susan says she likes the Girls Getaway Stamp Camp. On that one, you get a PDF tutorial. We don't do the cards step by step, but you get the PDF and you get a whole party and chance to win lots of prizes the day of the party. And then just like the retreat, within this camp, you can take 2 additional classes. There is, you can hear, that's my shaker card there. There is the Bottled Happiness card class, which is going to include your Bottled Happiness stamp set, but don't worry. You can substitute if you already own that or don't want it. 6 cards and the stamp set is included. Again, as just a reminder, sign up for my emails to get all the details, the prices, etc. So let me give you a sneak peek of these 6 cards, which I love. I think this is like a cobalt glass class because we have these cobalt blue bottles, which these are the new in colors. You are going to make a shaker card, which I will give you lots of good tips on using these new beads, which will send you a little baggie full to make your card. There's another card in here that uses the shaker dome that I really love with a little message in a bottle. And anyway, 6 cards, great class. You should sign up and take it. So you can take only the camp, only the class, or only Genevieve's class, which is the Sweet Songbirds class. Basically same as my class, except her stamp set's a little less expensive. So you're going to get an embellishment along with the stamp set. You can substitute if you already have that stamp set or don't want it, etc. So any questions, let me know. I saw your comment, Amy. How much are the classes if you go to the retreat? They are the same prices to go. You just don't pay shipping if shipping is needed. And those classes are $45. They include over $35 in merchandise. That's before tax and shipping. Therefore, basically, the projects are free in April in our retreat classes that you're asking about, Amy. So what's the deadline for Stamp Camp? Great question, Robin. Robin is very helpful. She's on my team, and she's always great at prompting me at things I forget, which is very needed for me, as you may know. Stamp Camp. If you live in Canada, you need to sign up by May 1st. If you live in the US with me, you need to sign up by May 19th. That is your deadline. And it's $54 and includes over 40 in merchandise. Again, these classes are priced so inexpensive considering everything you get, plus the party, plus the make and takes, plus the PDF. You know, it's a great deal. Thanks for asking that, Robin. Hello, Shirley, by the way. Hello, Diane. Hello, Facebook users. Jennifer and Stamp Therapist fans. I love it. Thank you, Linda, for your compliment there about the cards. Linda's listening and watching while the husband drives in Idaho. Love it. I do that all the time. Shirley, thank you for sharing. More Facebook users saying good morning. Hello, hello. Bottles, stamp. Yes, that's Susan. There is a punch that matches the bottle shape. And so we will pre-punch what we can for you, but we recommend you own that as well, which it's option to add it on when you register for the class at bundle pricing. So it's not expensive. Because then you won't have to hand cut out the ones that we have in the other cards if we punched them out after we stamped. Amy can't wait till August. Yes, Amy's coming back to retreat in person. Jewel, hello, no problem being late. Okay, so that's the Jen and Jen Stamp Camp. Register by May 19th in the US, May 1st in Canada. And I have Genevieve's link if you live in Canada and need that. And then paper shares. I'm doing a paper share party. You're not going to like this graphic. It's just a bunch of words, like all small font words. But in general, you're going to get a sampling 6 by 12 inches or 6 by 6 if that's how it comes. And anyway, some of our specialties we're doing 6 by 6 to keep the cost down. But most of the designer papers are 12 inches of every new designer paper in the new catalog. So we don't do the in colors like the 6 by 6 stacks because that would add too much to the cost, but all the new printed ones that are new designer papers to this catalog and all the new specialties. So there's 12 new designer papers, 5 new specialty. You're going to get 54 sheets of 6 by 12, 12 sheets of 3 3/4 by 5. That's this awesome new vellum. And that's the size it comes. And 48 sheets of 6 by 6 total for 114 sheets of paper altogether. So you can just take the share and get the paper, the traditional paper share. Of course, it would, by the way, cost you over $180 something before tax and shipping to buy all of these full packages. So you can just take the share. You can also just take the ribbon share, which is 27.5 yards of ribbon, 2.5 yards of each. There's 10 new ribbons. And that is $32. But why wouldn't you add on the party? It's with Alejandra Gomez and me. She's another team member, just like April, that I partner with for some of my events. And the party is going to give you 12 make and takes using each new 12 designer papers, a Facebook party where in the Facebook party, Alejandra and I make all 12 cards. So she'll make 6 and I'll make 6. And we do a bonus video, each of us. Why wouldn't you add on that party for only $20 extra? So we're recommending you sign up for the share by May 1st because we demonstrators, well, everyone, including customers, can order without limits from the catalog on May 3rd. So we want to avoid back orders. But our party is not until May 30th. When is it? It's May 28th, sorry. So technically we are giving you until May 15th to register. But we would recommend you register by May 1st so we can do that initial order and avoid back orders. Now, will there be back orders? We don't know. Maybe not. Stampin' Up's doing really good with that right now, but they don't control it really. So we'll see. Anyway, any questions on that, let me know. Good morning, Facebook user Rhonda Nall. Ribbon and paper shares are so worth it. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda's a faithful paper share customer. I love it. But yeah, you get a sampling of every single paper. Then you can sort of feel them out and see what you really like and want to get those full packs of later. Okay. So those in-person retreats I talked about are in May. The next ones coming up are in May and August, May 12th through 15th, August 11th through 14th, Rockin' Our Retreats, Temple, Texas. Anyone can attend until we are full. We have more space in May than August, but anyway, you can register now. And at these retreats, we have an optional card swap. You get to use April and my supplies like stamps, dies, embossing folders, punches. Plus, you bring your own stuff and work on whatever you want all weekend. Plus, you can take the additional classes if you choose. And like, well, I don't know if Amy said this, but if you take those additional classes, you get to use our stamps while you're there. The make and take supplies will be there. You get to stamp those. I'm laughing because Pat says she placed her free shipping order at 3 a.m. I haven't even talked about the free shipping yet today. You get meals, gifts, the goodie, all that stuff, and a bed and a table. So, link in the 1 o'clock email. If you have any questions, let me know. We'd love to have you come to the retreat. Hey, Sherry, good to see you as well. And then, of course, don't forget about the stamping cruise, crafting cruise. January 2023 is full, but you can get on the wait list, or you can sign up for January 2024 before it is full. And that the first one, 2023, is Allure of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas, and 2024 is Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. The crafting portion is optional, so only if you are a crafter, you can add that on. And then your spouse, your kids, your friends, your aunts, your whoever, partners, don't have to take the crafting portion. But they still get our group rate, which is better than any Royal Caribbean rate or sale you'll find. So even if you don't want to do the crafting portion, or you have a friend who wants to go on a cruise for cheaper, let them know about our group rate. We'd appreciate it. There's no limit on the group rate unless the ship runs out of space. There is a limit just on the crafting portion due to tables, literally. Okay. Pat, what did you say? Sorry, just ordered the embellishments that were not available the first week of pre-order. I did that like 2 days after the pre-order because I needed more stuff, and I was like, let me see what's available now. But Pat used that free shipping to get that those things. And she's talking about for demonstrators, of course, we're able to order from the new catalog now, select items at our discount. We can get the free shipping today, all that stuff. And but when the pre-order started, there were a few things that weren't in the warehouse yet, and now they are in. What I did, Pat, I'll go ahead and talk about this now, is I was in a rush when I did my initial pre-order and even that second one. And I didn't read all the dies that we could order. And I thought all those were linked to the bundles that we could pre-order, which I had already looked at, right? And decided what I wanted and needed for now. So I didn't notice that there were standalone dies in the pre-order. So I got these the other day, stylish shapes. I opened it up to show on the video, but I haven't used them yet. But I saw a friend of mine used them on a video, and it's pierced holes in these circles, squares, and label dies. And it pierces the outside and the inside, you know, the circle that falls out and the one that's left over. So that's going to be awesome. You can get these now if you're a demonstrator, or you have to wait until May 3rd if you're a customer. But anyone can be a demonstrator. It's only $99. It's only $99. You get to pick 125 of anything you want, including those dies, including any of the pre-order stuff. And it's only for free shipping. It's only plus $99 plus tax. Okay. If you want to join, let me know. If you join fast enough today and you get your kit goes through, you can also get free shipping today after you join. Don't tell me more. I know, did you miss them too, Pat, or not? You might not have missed them. I just didn't go through the catalog page by page, but Yeah, there they are in case you did miss them like I did. And then there's some other ones, like some frame ones that you can order that I haven't yet, because the order I was putting in I wasn't intending to pay stuff for myself. And I was like, well, I got to have those dies. So I'm going to get the other ones later. The largest circle is 3 inches. Somebody asked. 3 inches, probably the same on the square. The square is a little less, more like 2 3/4 inches. So pretty big. So I'm excited about those. Haven't used them yet. Just took them out of the box, opened them up. Dana missed them too. So there's at least 2 in the list of dies. Y'all know what list I'm talking about if you're a demonstrator. But there might be a 3rd one. I cannot remember right now. Again, because I wasn't placing an order for myself, technically, I didn't go through step by step. So, all right. Pat's like, I'm checking now. I don't know if I got it or not. I know, Darcy, we love stitched dies so much. So, awesome. Jeanne says those are great dies. Hey, Stacy in New York. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Awesome. Okay. Paper pumpkin. This is our monthly craft kit in the mail. The paper pumpkin kit for May 2022 is the 5 new in colors. You can see on this picture. They show 3 on those envelopes, but I'm sure, well, I don't know. But you see the embellishments there, all 5 in colors on those little, like, resin embellishment looking things. Of course, you're going to get a stamp set. Of course, it's going to, here's a little flyer that came in last month's paper pumpkin. So it's going to use the 5 new in colors within the projects. You will get, this is last month's for April, currently this month, but anyway, that I just got in the mail a couple of days ago. You're going to get instructions like this with your instructions. They also do a fast motion sort of, or anyway, they do a video with instructions as well that anyone can watch. These even have a ruler on them so you can measure. I don't know if you can see that because of my lights. Oh, it's the wrong side. There's a ruler to measure like your ribbon and stuff. It's pretty cool. And it's full color instructions now. There's a stamp set in your box that no one can purchase anywhere unless they get this kit. It's not sold separately. This one for last month is really cute. By the way, I have 1 paper pumpkin kit available. I believe in you. I can't see these. You put something behind it. What does that say? What is this image? I can't tell. Oh, it's the cocoon, like a, what is that? Some people might be freaked out by that. The caterpillar. It's a caterpillar. There's some really pretty butterflies. Every day is a new day. I should turn it your direction. Here we go. That's it. Okay. You get your adhesive. Those are Stampin' Dimensionals. Like my lights are too bright to show details. Ink. This was Mellow Mambo. And then, of course, the supplies, which I truly have not even flipped through this yet. So there's the envelopes. Which are usually decorated embellishments. Those are like the little pebble, or no. Yeah, they're like pebbles, or I forgot what we call those. They're like little stones. And then these cards have fun folds on them. So anyway, you get all that, whatever it is to make the kits for the current kit. So the ones for next month, those cards will be, look, that's like got a punch out there. They will be using the new in colors. Gosh. So how do you get it? You could go get it on my store today in a prepaid kit and get free shipping if you spend over $75. To do the prepaid, which is instead of subscribing, you just go and say, I want 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. If your total order, including the kits, is $75 or more before tax and shipping, yes, you'll get free shipping on these prepaid kits. Anyway, you go to shop products, other products, kits Paper Pumpkin, if you want to find those on my store. Or you can go to the link in this video and subscribe. That way you'll get it every single month. You can cancel anytime. You can put it on hold anytime. And you save shipping costs because the kit is $23.50. When you subscribe, that includes shipping. When you go to my store, that doesn't. But today only we do have free shipping. So that's Paper Pumpkin. It's basically a monthly craft kit in the mail. It has everything you need, as you saw. So it's great also as a gift for anyone who's bored, who needs something to do, or you want to get them into crafting so they can craft with you. Give them a Paper Pumpkin. Okay. So May 10th is the 10th is the deadline. I didn't say that. I mean, I did, but I glossed over it. Every month, the 10th is the deadline to sign up. So see where it says subscribe by May 10th, also purchase by May 10th if you go to the store. All right. Let me go ahead and put this camera down. I've got a couple of things on here. I'm just going to finish up with these Stampin' Up! Promotions and then get started stamping. So, and let me catch up on these. Despite the butterflies, I love this Paper Pumpkin stamp set. The sentiments are perfect. Martha is like my daughter, and butterflies freak her out. Oh, excuse me. I was having issues with my connections this morning, so I had to get a different plug, whatever those are. Which actually, I don't think I actually had an issue, but that's another story. I was freaked out about something. Hey, Sherry, thanks for sharing. And Cindy and Diana. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy says she got her shapes dies ordered today. Of course, took advantage of that free shipping. Smart. Actually, that's what I should look at. I need to look at the list today and get my free shipping. Stella increased her Paper Pumpkin order for May's kit so she can have more probably to sell to her customers. Very smart. You can always increase your subscription and decrease it every single month. And Sarah put the caterpillar emoji. I bet that is triggering to some people. Okay, I wanted to show you all this cute Easter card I received in the mail from Becky. Super adorable. Thank you so much, Becky. Shout out to Becky. So I wanted to show that. And then I want to remind you about these products. Well, actually, that's not While Supplies Last, but that are While Supplies Last. The Here Together stamp set and the Here For You dies, which of course includes some sign language in them, plus just really uplifting sentiments like here for you, you matter. Those are in the dies. And then in the stamp set, I promise, love changes everything. Every act of kindness changes the world. We'll get through this together, and you matter to me. These are a temporary product that are only found in our online stores, and they will be gone on May 3rd. So you can purchase them through May 2nd. And that also includes the black and white 6x6 all together designer paper. They're also While Supplies Last. So if they sell out before May 2nd, that'll be it as well. But there's that product. And then within the Waves of Inspiration bundle, which is not While Supplies Last, so I'm not going to make a big deal about that. But within that, what is While Supplies Last is the gorgeous Waves of the Ocean 12x12 designer paper. So you can get that again through May 2nd or While Supplies Last. We did sell out of the foil and the rhinestones, sold out. The stamp set and dies will be in the new catalog, so we're good on that, but get that designer paper while you can. And speaking of Waves of Inspiration, that is my free class kit for this month. So if you, I have my thing here. If you place an online order with me in the month of April 2022 of $25 or more with the monthly host code, which I just added to the screen down here on the bottom left, you will get a free class kit to make these 4 cards. We'll cut, die cut, punch, emboss. You will stamp and assemble with the PDF tutorial. And this one gets mailed to you for free. This is the only one I do that way. You 25 or more with the host code, you get it for free. 50 or more, you also get, actually not this, you actually, you also get a free brand new embellishment that is not even available in pre-order, so I don't have it physically to show you, but I chose something that I think is going to be really cool. I'm looking for my notes here to see what it's called. It is called, anyway, whatever. I'm looking at my notes and they're messed up, but it is called solid faceted gems. I love the word faceted in a gem because that means it's going to have those lines and be sparkly. And that's what you can get free with a $50 or more order, the class kit plus the gems. Of course, we're going to cut this ribbon for you if you didn't earn that free earlier in the month. We're going to supply the designer paper. You just stamp and assemble. But today only is free shipping if your order is $75 or more. So I have an extra special offer. I've emailed this out. I put it on my blog, stamptherapist.com. And you can just ask me if you can't remember everything I'm about to say. Today only, place your order of $75 or more with this host code 6G3FW2DR, which is, by the way, I should show you. You do that at the checkout screen, like the shopping bag screen. Above the word checkout, you see that add host code. That's where you click to add that. 75 or more, you get the kit. You get the free faceted gems. You get 5 fully assembled card samples from my collection here, maybe retired, maybe not. And a half a pack of a new embellishment, the Fun Flower Resin Shapes. I haven't gone through and added this up, but I believe that's at least $12 in merchandise, 5 cards. That's before tax and shipping. Of course, you would pay more than 12. And they're brand new embellishments. 4 cards packet. Embellishments, card packet, 5 samples. All of that for your $75. And you don't pay shipping. Now, if your order, this is a special I'm doing all month, is 100 or more, you're also going to get a free stamp set called Calming Camellia put in your kit, in your packet. Then, last but not least, if your order is 150 or more, never mind, don't use the host code. Stampin' Up's going to give you at least $15 in additional free merchandise, and I give you everything I just talked about. So, if you have any questions on that, let me know. Stella said cute Easter card, by the way. Thank you, Stella. I agree. Adorable. That little chick, was it Celebration? That I remember the chick. You may also, Stella. But I don't remember. I feel like it was a Celebration set. Super cute. Anyway, so any questions on my special, let me know. Or just join my email list so you can get notified. Okay, so today I am using Beauty of Friendship bundle, which is in our annual catalog, and I'm going to make 3 cards. I'm checking my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything on the special, but I think I pretty much said it all. Free shipping. Stampin' Up hardly ever does free shipping, maybe twice a year, usually, if that. So you definitely want to take advantage of it. If you're a demonstrator, you get the free shipping as well. We always get all the same customer perks, which is amazing. Most direct sales companies don't do that. We can be host with our own single orders. We can get the free shipping, all of that. Okay, but let's talk about our stamps, our projects today. Beauty of Friendship, I think you'll agree, is a gorgeous bundle from the current annual catalog, which is currently in its retiring phase. So we have a whole list of products, hundreds of items from this book that are going away forever. Some of them are discounted. Some of them are sold out. They're all while supplies last if they're on that list. I'm going to look up Beauty of Friendship. Page 11. And either way, you can't get them after May 2nd, whether they sell out or not. So Beauty of Friendship is on page 11. It is retiring. The bundle is retiring. So in the new catalog, you can still buy this stamp set, Beauty of Friendship. You can still purchase it. These dies that match will not be in the new catalog. So A, you can't get the bundle pricing, 10% off, $52 for both in the new catalog because these won't be there. B, these are while supplies last and they are retiring, which I find to be crazy. I don't know what Stampin' Up was thinking. These dies are awesome. I used them recently in my sampler. Let me grab it here, and it's probably going to look terrible. Probably should take it out of the frame. Anyway, my lights usually mess this up. We used it as a standalone in this sampler class to make these cute trees. We just die cut them out. So it really, the dies can stand alone. But of course, the 3 treetop dies die cut out. The 3. Is there 3? Oh, they all, sorry. I don't want to say it wrong. There's 2 images in the set that are treetops that the dies cut out. So the 2 smaller ones. This larger one is a standalone die that can match with the largest tree die. So I'll describe those better in a second. Long story short, they can definitely stand alone. They can work great with this. If you don't have it, I would recommend getting it now. The dies are while supplies last. You can still get the bundle pricing unless the dies sell out. It's gorgeous. And then put this back. The designer paper, of course, is retiring because all of our designer papers are retiring. And this designer paper is called Beauty of the Earth. It's part of the Sweet collection here. And someone already commented at the beginning when I said I was going to use this that they love this designer paper. You can see mine's been well used throughout the year. But it's this designer paper has lots of trees, wood, sort of like tree wood images that are like just tree on tree on tree where there's hardly any white showing, and then more, where there's more white showing, etc. Some that are more like background images, but they still kind of look like trees. This awesome sheet that just looks like clouds, blue and white clouds, which I'm going to use that one today. Then the back is just some like greenery type images. So anyway, you get the idea. To me, this paper leans very fall, although like there's the blue, I don't know where it went, but there's the blue cloud. There's just the wood grain that can be anything. There's a green that can be like summer grass, etc. But it leans more fall just when my brain looks at it and thinks of it. There is one that's kind of winter with trees and blues. But I'm making all spring cards today is my point. So I'm using this on 1 or 2 cards, 2 cards, I believe. And then on the other card, I'm going to use the Happy and Heartfelt, which is such a versatile designer paper in our mini catalog, which will also be retiring. It'll be while supplies last next month. Happy and Heartfelt to me goes with so many things. This is the one I've shown many times that has the gray wood grain on the back of every single design, and then all these spring flowers and colors on the other side. So I'll be using these 2 papers today. Get them while you can. I'm going to check real quick. I don't know if that Beauty of Friendship is discounted. I don't have any clue, but I'm going to look and see, because I did mark my catalog with that. No, it's not discounted, but it is retiring the designer paper. It's $11.50 and it's while supplies last. Okay. So on these stamp sets, real quick for my blind customers, on the stamp sets and dies, I should say, there is one tree image where it's basically the tree without any plant leaves on it. So it goes all the way up to the top, and it has the sticks, I would call them, the branches with no leaves. So you can stamp that alone, of course. And then there is a 2-step tree topper that's smaller that I've seen people also use alone as like a bush. And the 2 steps give you lots of detail. It's like a distinctive set where there's light and dark. And so you can use light green, dark green, or like I'm going to do today and put a purple in there. And then there's just a larger tree topper image for the same deal. Both of those have dies to cut them out. There's a little ground image. It's just like a scribble ground that you can stamp under the tree. There's a nice, it's very small, but I'm going to use it today, a splatter image, which also I'm assuming could be little sort of like flower blossoms on your tree. And then there's all these greetings. Thinking of you, I believe in you. Hello, you truly inspire me. Thank you. And my favorite one, friendships refresh the soul. And of course, I love the font in that. That one and the you truly inspire me have some cursive mixed in with the straight font. Okay, then the dies, we have this much larger than the stamp image tree die. That's the branches and everything. So it's like a dead, winter tree. Then there is a large topper for that, so it can cover all of the branches. You can cut it out with a designer paper. Just pick a green one and you're good to go, because there are not stamps to match this large one. And then I'm using this one today. There's this, like, it's hard to describe, but it goes on top of that one, and it's like leaves, but it doesn't look like leaves. It's got all these, it's the same shape, and then it's got all these little cutouts to make it give you the impression of like it's detail leaves on top. So you'll see it on my sample. Then, of course, the 2 toppers that match the stamp set, which can go on top of this die that matches the tree from the stamp set. Then there's a bird die. It has 2 birds on one die. No legs. It's just like the bird that would be like sitting in the tree. It does cut out a little, not cut out, I'm sorry. It embosses a little wing on there. So you get 2 birds in one run through on your die cutting machine. And then 2 label dies, which are straight up rectangles, like no extra design shape at all, but it does put a beveled edge when you cut them. And of course, those match the size and shape of a couple of the greetings in the stamp set. Okay, so that is the description. We can get started stamping. I'm going to go turn on a fan, though, because I'm really hot today. If I should be, or like it's me. Because this room isn't, I don't know, shouldn't be much hotter than this, but whatever. Okay, so the first card we're going to make, we have a Highland Heather card base. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut in half at 5.5 inches. So 5.5 by 8.5. You get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. And it'll fit into all of our medium size envelopes, which is a standard size. Hey, Linda, good morning. Susan says, beautiful stamp set. Pat says, love these dies. Julie says, catch the rest later. Pat said she did miss those dies. I am definitely glad I'm not the only one, Pat, because I felt really dumb. And then I texted Landa. I think she said she did get them, but I was like, did you miss these too? Like me? Like, what is wrong with me? But I think she got them. Anyway, it's just weird that I think you must have been thinking like me that only the dies listed were part of the bundles we could get. But anyway, random. Hello, Marcia. Good to see you. 2 birds in a bush. Good one. Good morning, Cindy. Awesome. Okay, and Sandy, I saw your comment too. You have a good day as well. Okay, so Highland Heather card base, 5.5, 8.5. I'm going to fold it in half with my bone folder. So just rest the 2 edges of the card against my thumbnail here, align the 2 corners, but then I'm going to try to do all of my bending and folding with the bone folder instead of my finger, because that will give me much less wrinkles on the inside. Or you can step it up and score it instead with your paper trimmer. Okay, and this is going to be a portrait card. Oh, I lied. I'm not done. It's going to be portrait. But it's going to be my favorite fun fold, the Z fold. So I'm going to take the front and fold it all the way back to the left and use my bone folder again. So it will open kind of like a Z, and it just gives it a little interest, but it's super easy, very not difficult to measure. Okay, so then we have a piece of basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4. That's going to end up going inside that card, so that will show on the front. Then, actually, let me grab this designer paper. So from the designer paper, Beauty of the Earth, I'm using the piece that on one side is the blue trees that kind of look like they have snowfall, so it's the more winter scene. And these are just artsy, like painted, watercolory kind of painted trees. But anyway, the other side is greenery. There's stems with leaves, 2 different styles in a dark green and a light green. I'm going to check the colors here. And then there's also like a berry kind of image that's more of a purple. And I did check this yesterday, and they don't list purple on the back of the designer paper. So, of course, I got out my cardstock and I checked, and I was like, well, it looks pretty good with Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. So that's what I'm going to go with. But they list a bunch of colors, but Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy are 2 of the colors. So I'm thinking maybe these are supposed to be like a light Misty and Night of Navy. Who knows? I'm making them be purple by putting them with purple, and they look really good. So that's a splatter that's all around on the white background portion. So that's what this is. That's going to go on this left front flap. Then, of course, I've cut a label, pre-die cut a label from the Scalloped Contours dies, because they're my favorite. They're so awesome. They're in that big annual catalog. They will be in the new catalog, but not at a bundle price. So if you want those, you want to get them now. If you want the bundle, you want to get it now, which I think you do want the bundle, because there are 2 flowers in this set of dies that match the flowers in the stamp set that match Scalloped Contours dies. Okay, so I used the next to the largest die and cut out a Gorgeous Grape label. Then from the tree dies, which I've already, I'm going to use this a lighter background here. From the tree dies that I just showed you, I cut out that largest standalone tree that has the naked branches. And then 2 of those, put them here so you can see, those detail only, that's like the one that's like, gives you the feeling of of leaves, but there's not a specific leaf image here. I cut out 2 of those, one in Gorgeous Grape and one in Highland Heather. So I have all that. And then last but not least, on paper is a piece of paper from the designer paper that on one side, it has all these rows of trees in the fall colors, like your, make sure, Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. And then there's some splatter around to distress it, white background. And then there's a little bit of Bumblebee as well. But that's not the side we're using. The other side just has a like Mossy Meadow and Old Olive watercolor wash. The whole 12 by 12 sheet is. So I'm using a piece of that, I should say, to go on my scallop contour. And it is 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so there's all my pieces. Let me do my stamping first. I'm going to stamp on this basic white that goes on the inside. Grab some scratch paper here. And I need stamps. So I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape ink and 2 stamps from the set. Friendships Refresh the Soul and the little splatter image. So let me do Friendships Refresh the Soul first in Gorgeous Grape. Tap, tap, tap. Don't press too hard. If you don't have a nice, hard, firm table like I do, especially with photopolymer stamps, you want to grab your Stampin' Pierce mat, $126, $199, $5 in the online store and the catalog. that'll give you the right surface to stamp on. Mine is very, very hard, like a countertop, and so it works well for photopolymer stamps. And I'm just going to add the greeting basically in the center as far as left to right of this basic white, but up toward the top some. Just like a greeting inside your card, right? In Gorgeous Grape. Then the splatter stamp, usually when we do these cards, or at least when I do, I like to have some kind of image in the bottom or top, or sometimes both right-hand corners, so they show when the card is closed. So I decided to go with the splatter down here in the bottom right-hand corner. But I don't want it to be full strength Gorgeous Grape, so I'm going to stamp that off onto my scratch paper first. Ink it up like normal, stamp it off fully. I keep repeating this. Don't just like touch it super fast. Fully stamp it off, and then I'm going to go onto the cardstock several times, moving it around to different spots there. Then I'm going to repeat that. And so I have that darker spot here, and then lighter, lighter, lighter. So I'm going to stamp off and maybe put a darker one, you know, in a different spot, basically. And then I think twice is enough for what I'm doing, although maybe a little bit right there. But you can add as much or as little as you like to your card. But it's just kind of just barely in the corner there. So I could have used Highland Heather here, but why not just stamp off Gorgeous Grape and only have to use one ink pad? Why not? Okay, so that goes inside the card. Grab my Stampin' Seal. See how y'all are doing. Catch up time, Mary. Well, Marianne, I'm only on the first card, so you're not bad. Just if you want to know about classes, you can watch the beginning. Okay, so that goes right in the center inside the card. Then I'll go ahead and attach my designer paper on the left front flap. Oh, it's 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. It's always, if you fold it in half, that's always going to be the size. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. That goes on that left side. Then I will attach the larger piece of designer paper, or the more rectangle, whatever. This one, the green one. I'm realizing my words are dumb. To the Scalloped Contours rectangle, which was Gorgeous Grape. And now I'm just going to put the tree on there. So I want to grab my silicone craft sheet. Hey, Cindy, no problem. Landa got the Stylish Shapes and Fabulous Frames on her second pre-order. Missed them on the first one. See, I think this is news. I need to get on and share with my team. Like, hey, are y'all like me and you skimmed it so fast? We all apparently missed them. Of course, for customers, they're in the catalog and they'll be available May 3rd. But on the pre-order, we just get a list without pictures. So we have to go find it in the book. And that's how a lot of us made that mistake and missed it. Okay, so I turned my early espresso die cut tree upside down on the silicone craft sheet. And I'm just adding adhesive. I'm not going to cover the whole thing. So just in little areas. I did just think that it's not, this top portion of the tree, the like dead branches are basically going to get covered up. So I'm not going to stress too much about the little spider webby things that your adhesive creates, but I do want a decent amount on the trunk there. But even that, the whole thing does not need to be covered because this is skinny. It's going to stick fine. And then I'm going to attach the tree basically right in the center of the rectangle. I'm going to grab my adhesive remover, which if you don't have one, these do come in my adhesive kits that are available when you take a class. You can add it on. And that'll just remove any excess tape runner adhesive from where I don't want it. So I removed it from the bottom portion, like the trunk of the tree. But again, I'm not going to worry about the top because I'm about to cover that up. And then I'm just going to layer these two tree toppers that look like leaves, one on top of the other, but offset on top of the branches. And I have had this set forever. I have used it a few times, and I didn't realize that the reason this die, well, besides the fact that you could make a dead tree like a winter or whatever, or even a spooky Halloween tree, right? The reason these branches are up here, because I was like, the tree topper covers the whole thing. What is the point of that? Is because you're supposed to actually put, which I'm going to do on my last card, I believe. No. Oh, no, I didn't do it at all. So this is the one. You're supposed to put, according to the sample in the catalog, which I never looked closely at, this large solid one goes behind. Then this one goes, then you put your tree, then you put this one and you can see the branches through it like you would be able to on a normal tree. So tip, in case you're like me, I don't want to say dumb, but in case you're like me, you would put the solid tree topper behind the branches, then the tree trunk with the branches, then this piece. Voila. I didn't need to do that because my background is green. So anyway, I was like, well, I finally learned how to use it and now it's not going to be available anymore. Okay, so I'm going to be a little more careful adding adhesive to this gorgeous grape tree topper image only on some of the solid parts of the cardstock here. But again, when you have really thin paper, because there's not a lot of pieces to it, you don't need a ton of adhesive. It's not going to fall off. At least in my experience, it doesn't. And I think I'll move that up so that it kind of goes to the top of the branches there. And then this Highland Heather one, I'm putting the lighter one in front. And I will offset it a little bit. So you can see both colors basically. There we go. Now, are there real trees this color? I don't know. Does that matter? No. Okay, so this is going to go, this whole rectangle on the front of my card. Like always, I'm going to use dimensionals on the left half only to pop this rectangle up. So I will know where I want it and then flip it upside down, top to bottom or bottom to top, and put it back and center it exactly how I want it centered on my card, so that I can see where to put the adhesive, because you only want it on the left side that's going to stick to this left flap. Grab my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Looks like all I have left over here is edges, which is fine. It's just, luckily these are cut up already, so you guys don't have to wait on me to do that. But I like the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll grab a new sheet after I do this. Okay. I just like the mini ones for everything, long story short. And then when you, on both sizes, when you get to these edges, you can just cut them, into whatever size and shape you need, and use those as well. Okay, let me grab a full sheet though, just in case there's that one person here who's like, what is a Stampin' Dimensional? So they are these little hexagon shapes. My fingernails are too short to start that. Which you don't have to cut up until you get to the edges. Although sometimes you need the edges before you get there because you want a long skinny one or whatever. Or you want the whole strip of edges, which you can do as well for something. So, love Stampin' Dimensionals. I love the mini ones the best. And yeah, that's it. So, as you can see, they're only on the left half. On that first section, I made sure I was in the right area there. And now I'm going to stick this on, and then I'll add a bow, and this card will be finished. So it should, at least for this design, this rectangle should basically be centered. My goodness. Top to bottom, left to right, but it's fine if it's not. and you shouldn't have adhesive showing on this left or right side on the back of your rectangle. Otherwise, it would glue your card shut and people wouldn't be able to open it. And then it opens like that. So there's that. Let's make a quick bow with this gorgeous grape sheer ribbon. So pretty. I did not check to see if it's retiring before the video, so I'm going to look at my catalog real quick. Thank goodness I marked my catalog up. It's much faster than going to that list. If you can turn to the right page. Yeah, so this ribbon is only $4.20. It's retiring. It's while supplies last, and after May 2nd, it will no longer be available. And it's discounted. A lot of the retiring stuff is discounted. I think I did forget to say that earlier. Okay, so bunny ears bow, 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between them. Each ear is in a different hand, left and right. You have your tail on the left, and mine is just attached to the roll on the right. Most importantly, it's flat. It's never been twisted and turned in this whole process, which is going to give you a prettier bow. And your right goes over your left. That same right loop gets pushed down into the rabbit hole. And then you just fix and adjust your bow and make it look pretty. Or as pretty as you can get for a video. Not bad. So then I'll just trim off this right side, or for me it's the right, and no waste because I left it attached to the roll. So no waste on that side, which I love. Try to even those up. If your scissors don't cut your ribbon like that, get a new pair of paper snips and make them only for ribbon. Don't cut anything else except ribbon with those. Paper dulls your scissors really quickly. And then I'll just mini glue dot this onto my card. So peel the protective coating back, press, like flatten it out so that the one dot is exposed. Push your embellishment down into the dot, pull it off, and then place that on your card. I'm just putting that right at the base of the top of the tree. Base of the top of the tree. All right, there's card number 1. Reminder, you can have a chance to win these cards by commenting on this video today, or basically you have 2 weeks to comment, so plenty of time, even on replay on YouTube or Facebook. They are lilacs. Now I'm like, what was I asking? Is it these are lilacs? Or just, sorry, Carolyn. Clarify so I can say it properly. Martha, I got fabulous frames and stylish shapes in her first pre-order. The format list was difficult to read and easily to gloss over. Yes, if you were in a rush, especially. Usually I get out the catalog and I turn page by page, but I did not this time. I was like, I got to get this done. Let me do one open and one close there. Okay, so there's the first card. Thank you, thank you. Mary Ann, this is not a Stamp a Stack class. So if you want to make these cards, you want to order this stuff now to be able, if you want to make them on your own. You want to get this stuff now so you'll be able to make these on your own. This is not a class. Thank you, Stacy. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Jackie and Marcia. Susan, love the purple. Yes, I agree. Very spring-like, Jean. Thank you. That was my goal. Cindy loves purple on anything. Beverly says love it. Thank you. Thank you, Marcia. Thanks, Seal, on YouTube. Pat says she has them somewhere because it wouldn't let her order them, which does tell us because there are limits on what we can order. Okay, so I don't know what I was going to say, but I had a thought based on something you guys said. Also, though, you do get a chance to win the 3 cards I'm making today by commenting on the video and or sharing and then commenting that you shared. That's like a second entry if you do that. So for Marianne, maybe you'll win. Okay, so the next card, our base is basic white, 5.5 by 8.5. So let me go ahead and fold that in half and get it out of the way. This card is portrait as well. Then the next layer that will go on top of that is the designer paper. I mentioned already that I'm using this design. It's the one that's basically a sheet of clouds. It's 12 by 12 and it's all clouds. Here's like a portion of it that's cut up. So you can see more of a cloud image than I got on this piece, but it's blue. Again, they list Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. So this is a very light misty or Night of Navy with the white, just really artistic, you know, awesome looking clouds in there. So my piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4 to go on the front of the card. Then I have a piece of basic white, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 that I'm going to stamp on. And then behind that will be a piece of fresh freesia, 3 inches by 4 1/2. That's going to kind of go in the middle of the card. I have a scrap of basic white here. And then from the dies, I have one of the labels. It's the long skinny one. So this label die is, it's basically 3/16, so a little less than 1/2 inch by a tiny bit more than 2 1/4. It's like 2 3. It's not even 2 3/8. It's a little less than that. And I'm trying to put it up close, but it seems like it's blurry. But there is a beveled edge. I can't get it to focus, but there's a beveled edge around that whole thing. Very blurry. Maybe because of all of this background stuff. Do that. Nope, still blurry. Okay, anyway, I know y'all believe me. Beveled edge on there. Those are my pieces, and I'm going to use some ribbon, but here it is. I'm going to use this awesome open weave fresh freesia ribbon, which thank goodness is not retiring. We'll still be able to use that next year. Okay, so stamping on this card, I'm going to stamp on that larger white and the scrap white, and of course the label. I'd probably be okay if I didn't clean the stamp, because I could just tap it on scratch paper and get it light enough. But I'm going to clean that little splatter stamp on my chamois real quick, because I'm going to use it in fresh freesia this time, which is another purple type color, but still, just in case. I do not like to get the wrong ink on my ink pads. So I will be using for this card fresh freesia and garden green ink. And I will also be using several stamps. The Bear Tree stamp, which as a reminder is a lot smaller than that die I just used. The Thinking of You, which will fit on that label. And then the larger of the 2 tree topper images, which are, there's 2 that make 1 image, 2 steps. Oh, and the splatter, of course. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this larger piece first, the one that's actually going on the front of the card. And I forgot, I'm also using early espresso ink for that. So fresh freesia, garden green, and early espresso. So tap, tap, tap. Don't press too hard. You don't want to, you do want to get a lot of ink on here, which is by tap, tap, tap lightly. And you don't want to get ink all over your clear block. And I'll just stamp this at the bottom, center it left to right, but it's at the bottom of this large white rectangle, hanging off the bottom the tiniest bit, so that it just disappears there and doesn't have like a weird floating tree, basically. And then also on this piece, I actually made it without, and I took the whole card apart to fix it because I didn't like it. I'm going to add some splatter. It was just too stark white of a background. So I'm going to use fresh freesia. Tap, tap, tap. I'm still going to stamp off, even though freesia is much lighter than Gorgeous Grape. And my splatter is going to start in the top right corner. and sort of work its way down to the bottom left corner. But I don't really need to go all the way across because there's going to be a big tree topper here blocking it. So I'm basically doing the top left and top right, bottom left corners stamped off each time. Hopefully that makes sense. It's very light and subtle, but it definitely just makes the card not so stark, boring white, I guess. I'm looking at my sample. I'm going to do a little right there. Okay, so there we go. So that one can be put aside now. Then on this, just a scrap of white, so it's kind of like a shorter, fatter rectangle. It's big enough for the tree topper, so at least about 3 inches by 2 3/4. I'm going to stamp. I think I stamped this off, but I didn't make a note, so let me check it. There's basically a more full, solid tree topper and one that's more detailed, kind of like the die. So that more full, solid one is Garden Green. Check. Yeah, I think I definitely stamped it off because this is super dark. So I'm stamping it on my scratch paper fully, and then I'll stamp it onto my cardstock. And still, you get all those lights and darks because Stampin' Up! Is amazing, and that's how they made the stamp. So there's super light green with much darker green. It's Garden Green, but I did stamp it off. Then right on top, full strength, because this is a very light color, Fresh Freesia ink. So I'm tapping, but I'm going to tap multiple times just to get a nice inking there. And then this one goes right on top of the first image. Now, I'm sure you could do those just in greens only, green on green on green, and it would look awesome. And I will admit, this does, like, that's not an illusion of the camera. It looks blurry, and it almost looks like one of those pictures you have to like focus on at the mall back in the 90s or 80s, and something else will emerge from it. But I decided, because at first it was really throwing me off, I decided that it looks fine and I like it, so it'll grow on you. Hopefully. Oh, hair appointment, Pat. Have fun. Okay, then my greeting, thinking of you in Fresh Freesia, just goes on this rectangle. Of course, this is a photopolymer set, so you can pretty easily see where you need to stamp for things like that. But you could stamp and then die cut out if you prefer. Okay, and then I'm just going to die cut out that tree topper. The mini machine is not out, like it's in its bag, so I'm just going to grab the big machine real quick. This is 120. It's going to last you years and years and years and years and years. And it will do everything that any die or embossing folder we sell works in this machine without purchasing an additional product. But good news, in May, when our new catalog starts, you can purchase a magnetic, well, they're pretty sure you can purchase the magnetic platform, the new one, to go with this machine. As far as Stampin' Up! Knows right now, the shipping is on track, to arrive in the warehouse on time. That would be the only delay, is literally if it gets stuck on a boat or something. Okay, so I have, again, this comes with everything you need. So I have plate 1 or platform 1, platform 2, and then I have a number 3, which mine doesn't have a number because there was a time period where when you ordered these, they didn't have numbers printed. Anyway, but it's number 3. The new machine says number 3 when you buy one. Number 3 on bottom, that's the one I cut on. You can see all this ugliness on it. I'm aligning the image there. And then another number 3 to go on top. This is the one I don't ever cut on. And that, I think, keeps my plates straight, not bent. Both of them are straight. I use this, as you can tell from this, a lot. And my plates don't bend. So tip. Designate 1 for the top. Within those 2 number 3s, you can flip this one that's on top back and forth, and you can flip the one that's on bottom back and forth. You see I've cut on both sides. But don't interchange them this way. You don't want to press all this old cardstock down into your paper. Okay, anyway, there we go. Die cut image. Beautiful. Ooh, my machine, something just shocked me. Maybe it was my bracelet. That was weird. I don't think that's ever happened before. Okay, so ready to put this guy together. Pretty simple card. Of course, you could hand cut that out if you didn't have dies and wanted to do that instead. Let me attach this designer paper to the card base. And then I will attach where we stamped the bottom of the tree and the splatter, that white piece, to the fresh freesia, just flat. Then my tree topper, it will use Stampin' Dimensionals, which, yes, right here. Okay, 3. I just do a triangle there for this in this case, and to me 3 is plenty, but you can use as many of your own dimensionals as you want on your projects. And I just placed this up a little bit. Like, you could totally do this however you want, but I raised it up enough that a few of the branches at the bottom show. Like, not a few, just like 2 point something. I think that looks cool that way. Then for my greeting, well, actually, let me go ahead and just put this on the card base just to get it out of my way. So I will put this fresh freesia piece on also with dimensionals. I'm just going to use 5. Again, to me, the mini dimensionals, you don't need to use extra just because they're little, in my opinion. So I would use 5 large or mini dimensionals. But you get 720 minis in a pack versus 300 big ones in a pack. And even if you cut your big ones in half, then that's equals 600, not 720. So, and this is all actually a customer, Brenda, brought this to. She was just asking me what's smarter to buy, and this is what I'm thinking. And I was like, you know what, Brenda, you're right. I'm switching today, and I switched to the minis that day and haven't looked back. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to add adhesive on the back of my greeting, but it is for ribbon. Actually, so I'm going to look at the front of my greeting. I'm going to hold it here in the front. There's adhesive on the back, and I'm just going to stick this fresh freesia ribbon to the back of it. And because this is so skinny, I'm not going to use 2 pieces. And then I'll fold it up, make like a little ribbon shape there, and fold that again, sticking it to the back of Thinking of You each time. You can always peel it off and adjust if you don't like your positioning. And then I'll just trim the end off here at an angle. I think that whole thing's a little off center, so I'm just going to scoot it a little bit. So hopefully you can see how easy this is to modify it if you don't like how it turned out. And it's not sticking too well right there because I have a piece of ribbon covering up the adhesive there, but obviously I can work with this. I can either lift this up and add more adhesive, or I'm not going to bother because I'm going to use dimensionals on this anyway. So I'll just overlap a dimensional there where the ribbons are overlapping and hold it all down, and then a dimensional on each end. I was like, why is this sticking to my finger so well? That side's not supposed to be sticky. I think my finger is just sticky. And then peel the backings off of these. And Thinking of You goes across the tree trunk down here, center it left to right. And that's the card, but I wanted to add these in color jewels. And I only had literally 3 of the fresh freesia left. I have a ton of every other color over in my stash where we've cut them up for classes and stuff. But I'm assuming fresh freesia was my favorite color because literally I have 3. So I'm going to put them on this card for the prize today. And I think, honestly, can't remember if those are retiring. So I'm going to check real quick. Number 11. Yes, the in color jewels for 2021 to 2023. Even though these colors are not retiring, those jewels are retiring and they're discounted to $5.60 while supplies last. So, okay, so I'm going to put 3, the only 3 I have left. Fresh freesia in color jewels. These are faceted like the ones I was talking about that I'm going to give you guys with your $50 or more online order with my ordering special, but don't forget $75 is free shipping today. But anyway, the faceted portion of it makes it pick up the light so much better. See that? So I just put 3 in the top left corner of the white section there. I think that's cute with the jewels. I just didn't have any more. So my card won't have them. Yours will if you win. There you go. Oh, and I was going to say somebody won recently. I have a helper now doing my winner drawings for me. Whoever it was, I haven't mailed your cards yet, FYI. They're in the stack of my mailing section. They're just not mailed yet. Okay, this last card is my favorite. It was actually inspired by that sampler that I showed you when I started stamping. So we have a basic white card base, 5.5, 8.5. We're going to fold that in half. I forgot to look at comments. Let me just see how we're doing. Marianne, you can do it. You got a whole tutorial here. I am confident you can make these on your own as well. Or, hey, have you heard of a private class? We could do that, but it would have to be before the stuff retires at the end of May, where you invite friends over and we all make the projects together. So there we go. Think about that. Thank you, Pat. I'm glad you like how I treated the verse. Thank you. Thank you. You're very nice, Pat. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Pat. Hey, Peggy. Hello. Good morning. I'm like, is it still morning? Yes, barely. Pat, I usually do use a lot less ribbon. Watch my video on the Crane of Fortune. I show you how I save ribbon. But, yeah, this greeting is so skinny. Anyway, you know how it goes. Thank you, Seal. And Jewel, thanks for sharing. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, the new gems are different, Martha, than what I'm showing today. But I was just saying what the faceted thing is. Okay, so back to my card. This one, again, was inspired by that sampler. So card base, basic white. This is portrait. Then I have a piece of fresh freesia. It's a little bit different size than normal. It's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's 1/8 inch bigger than normal on both sides. 4 1/8, 5 3/8. Because then I'm going to put on top of that a piece of that Heart and Home designer paper. I picked one that has the large, like wide, about 1 inch planks, and I cut it so they're going across horizontal, and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. So when you put all this together, you're going to have a really skinny border of fresh freesia and then your card base basic white. Then I pre-die cut, of course, to save you guys time, the smaller of the tree dies, the full tree with the branches. I'm just going to cut another one real quick of the big one. This was before I discovered the tip I gave you on this card. Anyway, the full solid, where did I put these dies? The full solid tree, large tree topper that doesn't match a stamp set, I die cut out of the Heart and Home designer paper. It's this sheet that is fresh freesia with white flowers on it. Small dainty flowers and leaves. So that's the solid one. And then that detail one that I talked about on the first card, detail large tree topper die, is again out of the designer paper. And it is a piece that is all green, garden green, with little, the little cutouts. I mean, sorry, I'm talking about the design of the designer paper. It's all garden green with light garden green, very tiny, dainty branches and leaves. Okay, so that's all pre-die cut. I also pre-die cut the two birds out of Pool Party cardstock. See how adorable they are? So it cuts a slit where the wing is, which actually, it is a full slit. It's not just embossed. So you could pop it up or something, but it's very tiny, so I probably would not. And each bird is facing a different direction. So they could be like lovebirds or whatever you want. So, and it cuts two at one time. I will use both on my card. I'm going to die cut. We'll just see if it looks better this way or the other way. This full tree out of some early espresso. So let me grab a scrap out of my box here. Of course, it's difficult to grab a scrap. I grabbed a big one. And I'm just going to die cut this real quick over here to the side just to save y'all from waiting on me to put the machine there and position it, put it back, and all of that. And we'll see which one looks better. I kind of want to try this out though. Oh, one cool thing I like about this die is it looks like the kind of die that you have to clean all these pieces out when you're finished. Not true. There's one piece right there in the center that you have to poke out if it sticks inside your die. The rest, well, and there's one there. Okay, there's like two. The rest stays on the original piece of cardstock. So there's not all this confetti that it creates. There's this piece here. There's literally two that could get stuck in your die. That's it. Pretty cool. Okay. So now this card, I forgot to show y'all this piece because it got stuck under something. The other last piece for this card is a pre-die cut, the other label die that comes with this set, and it is, let me measure it, 3/4 of an inch by 1.5, and it has that beveled edge as well. It's just a straight up rectangle. So of course you can cut these yourself, but why not die cut them if you have the die, and it gives you that little beveled edge. Okay, so this card, the first thing I want to do is attach the designer paper to, I do need a stamp, but that'll be quick and easy, to the Fresh Freesia cardstock. And then I'm going to tie ribbon around the whole thing toward the bottom here. This is portrait, and tie it in a bow. So here you go, Pat. Lots of ribbon getting used. Sounds like Pat's like me with ribbon. It's like, let's be as efficient as possible, basically. Okay, so I made my little plus sign. This is where you're like, hey, friend, can you put your finger there? But instead, we'll use the reverse tweezers. And those are on my Amazon store at stamptherapist.com if you don't have any. And then I'm going to flip the whole project upside down to tie my bow. And then I'll just tie a normal bow, of course, but try not to twist and turn the ribbon as you tie bows. That's what gives you a nice looking bow. I used way too much on that side. Whew. See, I'm going to have to trim this off and waste, but it's fine. Anyway, your bow looks a lot nicer and neater if you keep the ribbon flat, flat, flat. Every move you make, don't twist and turn it. Okay, so the bow is on the left side, down here toward the bottom, but I can still slide this and adjust the position if I want before I finish gluing it down. which I'll deal with when I get everything else put on here. Oh, I hate cutting all that off. Whew. I'm usually a little more careful than that. So basically this tree, I used the smaller tree because it's just the trunk portion that was showing, so it doesn't really matter. I used the smaller tree die. Basically the tree is going in the center of the card, the base of the tree, then the topper, which is the Fresh Freesia designer paper, then the detail piece, which is the garden green designer paper. See all these pieces I didn't get poked out the first time. Okay, so that's basically how it's going to go, and the birds will go in the tree. Let's just see how it would look if we did it the way I saw in the catalog, which is the larger tree die. The Freesia topper would go behind that, and the green topper would go in front of that. And the whole point is so you can see the branches through the front part. What do y'all think? Give it a second there to see what you think. See if y'all want to comment on it, and I will stamp my greeting. This is the other one in the set that has the cursive font that's super cute. You truly inspire me. I was thinking about Martha's. Oh, I got you. What Martha was saying. I'm like, what is she saying about these jewels? There are new in color jewels, but if you want these that are retiring, you got to get them now. And I think the new ones are for the new in colors, I think. So again, these colors are not retiring, but those jewels are. I am going to look. Let me see what y'all are saying about keep the 3 layers. I like both. I can't decide. I know, because it's like a certain look with just the solid part too. Actually, let me show y'all again. This is what inspired me to make this card this way. Again, I didn't have a clue. So that's the smaller tree trunk down there, I believe. I don't even remember now. Honestly, it might be the big one. I can't tell. But I didn't let the branches show on that one. So it would look like that or that. I'll keep commenting. I'm going to look at these embellishments real quick in the new catalog, which, well, let me accidentally show that page. So solid faceted gems. Yeah, that's not what we were. I got dimensionals all over my shirt. Number 4. Yeah, the opal rounds. She's right. The opal rounds are the old in colors. So those are coming. These, I'm pretty sure, are going to be smaller and daintier, these current ones. And then there's something with the new in colors. Number 3. No, I don't know. Oh, it's the solid ones. In color matte decorative dots. Anyway. Okay. If you're confused, I'm confusing myself, so don't worry. Okay, let me stamp this greeting real quick in, of course, Fresh Freesia. I'm glad y'all like these cards. Thank you, thank you. Seal, I'm glad you like the colors the different colors I'm using. I definitely use designer paper as inspiration a lot. Okay, so you truly inspire me. It is a tight fit on this little rectangle, but it does fit. It's tight though. But it's the die that comes with these, you know, it's the one that matches it. But anyway, it's a tight fit there. I bet I Believe in You is probably a little smaller. Yep. So I Believe in You is actually a lot smaller. I'm fine with this, but I know some people don't like it when little parts get cut off. So, okay. All right, let's see what y'all are saying here. Second way, Linda. I like seeing the limbs. Cindy. Nice, Cindy. Marianne likes the first tree better. Diana, second. Robin, keep the 3. Susan can't decide. Melanie, yay, I'm glad you're here on YouTube. Okay, Darlene Blaze. We've been messaging, but I don't know how to pronounce your name. If it's, I think Darlene, but it might be Darlene. Maybe you can type in. Oh, she's not here. She's going to catch replay. But I would like to know how to pronounce your name. Lori, thank you. I'm checking. Okay, I feel like I see most comments to say keep the limbs. So we're going to keep the limbs showing. So the first thing I will need to do is attach this topper portion flat here on the back. So I just want to make sure I have it positioned properly. So I'm kind of estimating where the tree is going to go to tell me where to put that topper flat. Then I'll put the branches and the tree just like I did before. Make sure you have the back side, obviously, to put your adhesive on, because at least on my machine, because it's so cut up on that bottom plate, the back is not as pretty as the front. So just look or feel for you don't want to feel texture. The smooth side should be the front side. Anyway, I just use the silicone sheet again to put adhesive on that. So then we will put that layer. And then last but not least, this one. Now you could use dimensionals, and I think that would look really cool, but it's going to take some time to just position them evenly and cut them up. And I don't want to take that time on the video today since I didn't prepare that ahead of time. So I'm just going to do it flat, but I think it would look good if you pop these up with dimensionals as well. I found another piece I missed. So anyway, I'm just doing like I did on the first one with this image, where I'm placing some adhesive in different little sections, but I don't feel the need to cover the whole thing with adhesive. Okay, so there's that. I feel like I want that green a little higher. And I'm trying to get this paper that's stuck to my thumb off of my thumb. Okay, I'm going to try to pick it up and move it a little bit, which I think I can. Again, another benefit to not putting too much adhesive at one time. Yeah, it's a little better. Then I will just add dimensionals. Of course, this would look good with the freesia jewels too, but that's another story. I'm going to add my greeting and my birds, and then this card will be finished. Let me see. I think I want this ribbon down a little bit lower. I basically want the greeting more to the right, however, covering a portion of the tree trunk, more to the right, and half on the ribbon and half off. So it's basically going to go right there. So I have the ribbon now where I want it. So let me go ahead and attach this freesia to my card base. I'm like, this video is taking forever, even though I only made 3 cards today. I made 4 last week, and it's the same length. Okay, so normally I would just put a couple of dimensionals on this greeting, but because I know the bottom portion will be stuck to the ribbon, I don't want the dimensionals only sticking to the ribbon, because if that's how it ends up, it will be flopping around on the card because it'll only be stuck to the ribbon. So I put dimensionals, I put 4, top and bottom, so that it's nice and secure. And then just, of course, these mini dimensionals are going to be perfect for these little birds, if I can flip them over. And just put a couple of birds in the trees. So again, a reminder, I'm going to put one on the top left facing to the right and one on the bottom right facing to the left. As a reminder, this bundle is not carrying over to the new catalog. It the dies are retiring, but the stamp set is not retiring. Therefore, if you want the bundle, obviously you want to get it now. By the way, here's the difference between the two: branches hidden, branches showing. I need to take a new picture of this one. Of course, I've already photographed this one, so we can compare. If you want those dies, A, you just have to get them before May 2nd or before they sell out. But B, if you want the bundle pricing, same deal. You have to get it before it sells out. Because if the dies sell out, obviously you can't get a bundle pricing. I like this bow better, but that's... Let's see if I can make this bow look more like this one. Because I think this one will be the prize because most people voted for that one better. Okay, so let's look at all of the cards from today. Got all the good ones here for you guys to possibly win for commenting. Better bows, better tree placement with rhinestones, etc. So comment on the video to get entered to win. Also, you can share the video. That would be awesome, and I would appreciate it. So you'll get entered again if you say you shared it. I'm glad this is your favorite, Pat. Thank you very much. Branches showing is better, Diane. Where's that? There we go. She says, branches showing are better. Thank you. Spring cards are your favorite, Susan. Awesome. Betty, I'm glad you like these colors. I'm going to push my camera down. It seems blurry to me today, but I'm not sure if it is or not. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Pat. Thanks, Lori and Stacy. Yay. Yes, you definitely can make those. Jeannie. Jennifer loves the birds. Those birds are cute. It's a really good die, in my opinion, because it gives a lot of detail for just one little die. And like I said already, but it cuts out the two birds. Two birds with one stone. Kind of expose it there. It's one die that cuts out both birds, so saves you a little time there. Jean said likes the branches showing as well. Very nice. Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy's over on YouTube. Always enjoys the videos. Thank you very much, Cindy. Amy loves the dies. Yes. It's always sad when things are retiring, right? Ramona, hello. Love the birds. Thank you. And Janet, the third one is her favorite because of the birds. That's very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. Don't forget, you get free shipping today if your orders are 75 or more. If you want to go ahead and join the team, the kit always has free shipping, but you get 125 of anything you want. So you could get those new shape dies, any of the new stuff that I've been able to order, and anything current or retiring. As long as it's a current product that we can purchase, you can put it in the kit. Love you, Pat, as well. Thank you very much. And yeah, if y'all have any other questions, you know how to contact me. You can email, you can Facebook message, you can comment on the videos, but Facebook is weird with the notifications. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. So, let me see if I can. Oh, we don't want that one. Hold on. I'm trying to bring myself back on. Sometimes I get the messages, sometimes I don't, as far as a comment on a video. But you can always just message me on Facebook. So thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye for today. It's already 10:53. I really thought this would be a shorter video, honestly. But I appreciate you guys being here and supporting every week. Any questions, let me know. All right, I'm going to say end broadcast, but I'm going to do it slowly and keep smiling. Oh, Betty, let me show you real quick. So these are, you may already know about them, Betty, because I know you're a demonstrator, but me and apparently several people on my team missed these in the pre-order list. They're on the list. We just didn't read it carefully enough. They are called Stylish Shapes and we demonstrators can order them now. And they're pierced versus stitched. I have to remember my face is on camera. So I don't want to be all so it's little piercing holes, and it pierces the outside and the inside. So like if you want to use it as the negative, it has circles that are like 3 inches, 2 3/4 squares, and then all these labels. So that's new. It'll be May 3rd for customers. Demonstrators can order it now. Stylish shapes. Okay, so hopefully I got you there on that. You missed it too, Betty. I got these in this week due to missing them the first and second time, basically. So I am with you. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, y'all can get them now if you're a demonstrator. You like the dots and spots die too? Yes, definitely. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to say bye. I'm just warning y'all that I'm going to stand here and smile for a second because I see all these, including mine, people's videos where when you click end, somehow it cuts it off on the recording before you actually click the button. So I'm saying goodbye, and then I'm going to be silent, and then I'm going to click end. So I will see y'all next week, Thursday, 9 a.m. Central, here on these 2 channels. Goodbye.